Are you doing everything but still don't have enough coaching clients to leave your full-time job? You're creating content, you're posting, you're showing up, but it still feels like you're invisible. It's kind of like walking into a crowded room and no one even turns their head when you do. It's not just discouraging, is it? It's disheartening. But I want you to hear this clearly. It's not because your message isn't important. And it's definitely not because you aren't cut out for this work. It's because as hard as you try, you might be creating content that's a little bit too generic or it's unclear. You may be trying to show up everywhere without realizing that every social media platform actually has its own personality and energetic vibration. And you're probably showing up, if you're like me, inconsistently, only when the energy feels right. And hey, there is no shame in that. Because if you're like so many of us introverts, you want to grow a business that doesn't totally overwhelm your nervous system. And that is a valid and it's a wise goal. And the good news, my friend, all of those things I mentioned, they can be fixed. They can be fine-tuned. And it starts with something simple. Showing up consistently in a way that actually works for you. And if that's where you are right now, still waiting to be discovered, still being inconsistent in your content creation, it's really nice to meet you. I'm Donna. I am a semi-retired nomad and I have tried to attract my ideal clients for more than 20 years. So you aren't the only one who's trying to figure out all of this online marketing stuff. And today I want to share with you a program that I found that changed how I approach social media marketing. And it's helped me to feel more comfortable talking about my services without feeling like I have to put on makeup, curl my hair, or find an unstained t-shirt to wear. That's just not my lifestyle. And so I want you to feel comfortable marketing your services too, exactly the way that you are, without feeling like you have to become someone that you're not. And in this video, we're continuing my foray into the steps of my Master the Marketing Side of Success mini guide. Today, we're talking about step 4, and this is all about getting discovered. So let's be real here for a minute. Most of us, we didn't grow up dreaming of being social media creators. In fact, when I was little, they didn't even have social media. But we want to be coaches, we want to be healers, we want to create those online courses that are going to help people transform their lives. And yet here we are, we're being told that, well, in order to get clients, you need to post 3 times a day on social media. And it's a lot. And it's not what we signed up for. Or is it? So first, let's zoom out and get some perspective. The big picture reality check. Marketing your programs or your courses, it requires you to develop new skills, including how to step into the public space in a way that you've never done it before. And you're also going to need to rewrite decades of conditioning about what it means to be visible, how to demonstrate the value of your services, and even what it means and how it feels to be vulnerable. So of course it's going to feel weird at first. Of course you're going to feel awkward. And of course you're going to want to run and hide. But here's something to hold on to. Marketing, when it's done with intention, it isn't just a business activity. It's a form of manifesting. It's a form of service. You're calling in the people, the opportunities, and the growth that are meant for you. So if it feels hard, you're not doing it wrong. You're just stepping into the next level of you. You were here, you're going up here, yay! And if you stick with that discomfort long enough to reach an emotional neutral state, that space where posting no longer triggers a panic attack, you're going to notice something incredible. You're going to notice that you're growing. You're going to notice that you're strengthening your marketing muscles, and you're going to realize that you're learning how to share your message more clearly than you ever have before. You're getting better at connecting. because you're getting better at being yourself online. And that's what Getting Discovered is really all about. It's not about being viral, which can be terrifying to think about. It's just about becoming more visible consistently, so the people who are looking for you can actually find you. When I found the Legacy Builders program in July of 2024, Michelle O'Neill, the founder and the chief mentor, she broke marketing activities down into a focused 2-hour workday. These are the income generating activities, the connecting you with people activities. And this program, like so many others, does recommend posting content 3 times a day, especially when you're first starting out. And you may wonder, why is that? Because the more you post, number one, the more likely people are going to see your content. And number two, because the more you post, the sooner you'll be able to see if people are engaging with your content in a meaningful way. But here's the one thing that I think makes Legacy Builders different from many of the other online courses that I've taken in the past. Michelle recommends focusing on just one social platform to start, just one. Now I know you want to post on all of the platforms, but hear me out. Rather than spreading yourself thinner, dive deeper. Learn one platform. What's the emotional connection? What's the vibration of the platform? Because there is a difference. And Michelle teaches those differences in Legacy Builders. And I bet that you're even aware of those differences just by your own experience on each platform. Think about that for a bit the next time you bounce from one platform to another, how you feel on each one. So anyway, I love, love, love this focus on growing a following and starting to get results on one platform first. It's easier to learn what works and what doesn't work. And you can pivot your message, you can change your stories, you can change your call to action. And then once you get to know yourself and your message, that's when you can add another social platform to the mix. Otherwise, it gets confusing, it gets overwhelming. What works here doesn't work here, and you start to think, because every platform ultimately is a little bit different. And so tweaking your content just a little bit to match the other vibe is going to help you get more results. So does that still sound like a lot? Well, Getting Discovered can take a lot. But stick around, because I'm going to share the story of an 11-year overnight success story. My own journey to being discovered, my own overnight success story, it's still in its early stages. And I could even be the first person who has a 30-year overnight success. And you know what? I'm okay with that. The good thing is we don't need to start from scratch and figure it all out as we go. Michelle and her team have given us cheat sheets filled with content ideas, hooks, calls to action to use in our own videos. We simply customize them to relate to our ideal clients, to share our stories and our vision. But here's the catch. Oh, you knew there was going to be a catch, didn't you? You have to use them, and you have to use them consistently. Yes, it will feel awkward. It will feel uncomfortable. That's normal. Speaking to a little dot on your phone right there, that's not normal. Feeling confident about how you look or sound on video is not expected when you first start. You're going to soften your opinion about your camera presence, and you'll stop cringing and start smirking. And that smirk, that's the first sign that your confidence is waking up. And then you're going to start smiling as your true personality begins to shine through that discomfort. That, my friend, is how growth works. The key here is to focus on action, things you can control, not the outcomes. So use the prompts, try the templates, and when something feels clunky and awkward and weird, don't just say it didn't work for me. Try it again, and then try it again, and then try it again. During this early discovery phase of marketing your services, expect your content to look a little messy. Expect yourself to look a little awkward. This is the best time to develop these new skills. Do you know why? Put your guesses in the comments. I'll tell you though, it's because this very early stage, not many people are watching. So this is your time to shine in your unraveled, frazzled glory. Because your job is to show up, not get it perfect. And when you're posting consistently, that's when you're going to begin collecting data. And if your eyes just glaze over at the thought of analyzing data, Michelle O'Neill teaches us what data we need to focus on, and it's not video views. And she teaches us how the data helps us improve our message and our content so that we can ultimately connect with exactly the audience and the clients that we're here to serve. So you don't need to become an analytics expert. You just need to start looking for patterns of what's working and connecting with people. And when something doesn't work, it's not a failure. It's just feedback. And here's the part that can throw many of us more sensitive coaches, healers, course creators off. When a video or a post underperforms, and usually that's by our hopes, our expectations, it's not personal. It's just information. That post that got 0 comments, well, maybe the hook was off. Or a big thing is there's too much space before the video even starts. Did you know that viewing time typically drops during the summer months? It's not you. It's beach time, it's mountain time, it's family barbecue time. So don't overthink it and don't make it mean anything about you. This is all a learning lab, and you're becoming the person who gets discovered. Every time you post, you're sending a signal to the universe and the algorithm, but more importantly, you're sending a signal to yourself. You're saying, I'm here, I'm doing it, I have something to say, and I'm building this marketing thing one post, one video at a time. And if you can just hold on to that conviction long enough to let the process work, you're going to be amazed at who shows up in your world. And when they do, they're going to say things like, I don't know how I found you, but I'm sure glad that I did. And then when your practice is fully booked, people are going to say, Jane just came out of nowhere. I hadn't heard of her, and now I see her content everywhere. I made a similar connection to this a few months ago when I saw a People magazine article about actor Brendan Sklenar. He got his big break in the series 1923, which is part of the Yellowstone prequel world. His first professional role was in 2011, and this big break premiered at the end of 2022. So for more than 11 years, he was developing his craft. In the interview, he said the show, 1923, changed his life. One show, one moment in time. He showed up for an audition probably just like he'd shown up any other day. But this time the casting director said, yes, he's the one. Just like your clients are waiting for you to show up so they can say, yes, she's the one. And I hope you'll indulge me as I share just another part of his interview. He mentioned that the 2-season show 1923 was ending at the same time that his new movie called Drop was debuting. And so for my Woo Light lovers, this is what he said. It's sort of divine timing, a universal wink. It's like, hey, good on you. And then he said, I've been kind of just pounding away at it for the last 16 years. It's like the universe throwing a bone, and I really appreciate it. So that one moment didn't come out of nowhere. It came from showing up again and again and again. And your moment is being shaped every time you show up, even if the response feels a little quiet right now. Don't let it get you down, my friend. Getting discovered can take time. And if your heart has called you to do this work, you will be discovered by the people who need you. You just need to keep showing up and working on your craft. And your craft is not just coaching clients or creating transformative courses. It's also the art and science of marketing, mastering the marketing side of your success. And if you haven't grabbed my mini guide yet, there's a link for it down in the description. But I want you to remember this. If you're tired of doing all the things and still feeling invisible, and if you're wondering if you need to become someone that you're not, this is your invitation to start doing the right things consistently without overwhelming your nervous system. In the next video, I'm going to move on and focus on step 5. And in my opinion, this is the hardest one to get excited about, because it requires you to stop quietly dreaming and start boldly doing. But this is where we can also reframe that marketing is salesy. We can change it to marketing is manifesting. Because marketing is how you'll channel your desires into something real, something that people can respond to. Marketing consistently is how you get discovered and how you go from being invisible to unforgettable. If the next video is ready, it's going to pop up right here. And if it's not there yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss it. And while you wait, check out this video where I shared the one thing that most coaches overlook and why this is where your momentum actually begins. Check it out.